You grab your keys. You put on your shoes. To you, it is just another boring Tuesday morning commute. But to your dog, watching you touch that doorknob is like watching the end of the world unfold. As you walk out and the door clicks shut, a terrifying thought crosses their mind. You are never, ever coming back. Canine psychologists and animal behaviorists have spent decades monitoring dogs with hidden cameras to map out the exact emotional timeline of what happens when we leave. They have discovered that a dog's perception of time and attachment creates a heartbreaking psychological roller coaster. Stage 1 begins the very second the door closes. This is the denial phase. For the first 10 to 15 minutes, your dog is in a state of hypervigilance. They sit frozen, staring at the exact spot you disappeared from. Their ears twitch at every passing car, every distant footstep, and every rustling leaf. They are completely convinced you just forgot your phone or your coffee and will burst back through that door at any second. Their heart rate is elevated. They might pace back and forth between the window and the door. They wait with absolute, unwavering hope. But what happens at the 30-minute mark is where the real panic starts to set in. Stage 2 is the realization and bargaining phase. The grim reality finally hits them. You are actually gone. The pack has been broken. You have to remember that dogs are descendants of wolves. And in the wild, isolation equals severe danger. Their ancestral brain takes over, flooding their system with cortisol, the stress hormone. This is why some dogs begin to howl. It is not out of anger or boredom. That howl is a desperate beacon, a primitive GPS signal broadcast into the void, hoping their voice will guide you safely back home. If they cannot call you back, they try the next best thing. They gather your shoes, your worn t-shirts, or your blankets. They build a literal nest out of your scent to trick their brains into feeling like you are still there, protecting them. Think about your morning routine today. Did you brush past them while rushing to beat traffic? Did you even look them in the eye before you left? Imagine watching the single most important living being in your entire universe vanish into thin air without a word, day after day, not knowing if they will survive out there. But as the morning turns into the afternoon, a bizarre psychological shift takes place that most dog owners completely misunderstand. Stage 3 is the surrender phase. By hour 3 or 4, their cortisol levels have peaked and their brains simply cannot maintain that level of anxiety. They crash. You might check your pet camera and see them sleeping peacefully, thinking they are perfectly fine. But it is not always a restful sleep. It is often a biological coping mechanism. They shut down their systems to conserve emotional and physical energy, waiting in a state of suspended animation. During this time, they often twitch and let out tiny whines. Sleep researchers believe that because dogs dream about their daily lives, they are likely dreaming about you returning. And just when they reach their absolute lowest emotional point, the atmosphere in the house suddenly shifts. Stage 4 is the phantom return. It is late afternoon. They possess biological clocks so precise that they know exactly when you usually arrive. A specific shadow stretches across the living room floor. They hear the exact rattle of your specific car engine 3 houses down, or the unique cadence of your footsteps on the concrete. They can distinguish your walk from a stranger's walk from hundreds of feet away. Before your key even touches the metal of the lock, their heart rate skyrockets. The anticipation is nearly unbearable. The door finally swings open. You drop your bags and let out an exhausted sigh. To you, it has just been another long, mundane 8-hour shift at the office. But to them, you have literally just returned from the dead. The frantic jumping, the endless licking, the uncontrollable full-body tail wags are not just simple happiness. It is pure, unfiltered, overwhelming relief. You survived the dangerous wilderness. The alpha has returned. The pack is whole again. So tomorrow morning, when you grab those keys and head for the door, take one extra second to give them a real goodbye. Because to you, they are just a part of your day. But to them, you are their entire world.